Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a love message from your person. I'm going to be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. Oh, wow. This one is going to be intense. So the first message that we have here is domination spell. Now, Divine Feminine, I don't know if you are aware of this or not, but anytime this card comes out, I have to be very, very honest. There is a masculine who's under the impression that you're doing some type of magic on them. Specifically a domination spell, which is used to shift the dynamic of a connection. It can be used to influence someone or to just completely have power and control over a specific situation or over someone. And I don't know what you're into, okay? I don't know whether this is true or not, but what's sticking out here is that your person is acknowledging a very noticeable shift in the way that they feel about you. So this may be picking up on a man who is normally very nonchalant. Maybe they're very chill when it comes to love, when it comes to you. But because this is the energy of heavy influence, or from your person's POV, they feel as if they're being heavily influenced. I feel like you did something recently that completely snatched this masculine soul, okay? That's just the way that the energy is coming out. But because this masculine doesn't have any details, or they don't have any specifics on when this energy hit them, they are speculating that this could be magic. And immediately after I said that, I can feel the energetic pushback. If you're listening to this right now, it's almost as if you are saying, I'm not doing anything to this masculine. And believe it or not, I feel like that justifies what it is that they're feeling about you. Because when you really think about this, what is it about you naturally, Divine Feminine, that has this effect on them? What is it about you that has shifted their energy, shifted their demeanor, or just completely changed the way that they view you? So much so that they think that there's some type of domination, there's some type of influence coming directly from you. I feel like that's the question of the hour. That's really playing over and over on your person's mind. So it's not so much about what you're doing, what you're into, how you are really shifting the energy of the connection. This energy is shifting more so to who are you? What power do you carry? And what is it specifically about you that has this masculine assuming this about you? Okay? This is very, very intense energy. I feel like this is tapping into a connection that just has a very powerful underlying energy of intensity, okay? But what's sticking out here the most, or what's being highlighted, is that there's someone who is extremely nonchalant, very, very chill, very laid back, maybe very soft-spoken, a masculine that's not very easily moved, that feels very, very triggered by you, okay? And they honestly feel like you have something to do with that. Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have here is you're off limits. Wow. The number one thing that's sticking out about you at this time, Divine Feminine, that really, really has your masculine going crazy mentally, thinking that you're doing something or you're manipulating the energy in some way, is that they have suddenly become extremely territorial over you. Again, this is someone who's coming through as nonchalant. So this is not their normal energy. Normally, they're not moved. Maybe they're not jealous. Maybe they don't really think about what's going on in your personal world or who you're spending your time with, how you're allocating your time. But now that's literally at the top of your person's mind. And there's also a flip side to this energy, okay? So not only does your person have this sudden feeling that you're off limits, but I'm getting that this is also like ricocheting to their energy field as well. So your person knows that this has something to do directly with you, Divine Feminine, because of the way that they're responding to other feminine energy in their world. So there's a mirroring aspect to this energy. Not only do they feel like you're off limits, but they may also feel like they are off limits, okay? Your masculine is in a place where they don't want anyone near them, okay? They don't want anyone to touch them. They're over analyzing their connection or their relationship to other feminine energies that may be close to them. And this has never crossed their mind before. But now it seems to be the only thing that they can think about or they can concentrate on. So that's something else that has drastically changed with your person. Maybe before meeting you, their energy field was very open. Maybe they never really concerned themselves with how friendly they were being or how open or expressive they were to people that were close to them. But I'm getting very clearly that has definitely changed. Suddenly there's like this hyper awareness that your person has when it comes to every single feminine that they engage with. So I don't know the current status of this connection, but just with the level of intensity coming through and the immediate switch in this masculine's energy, maybe this is someone that you are in low contact with. Maybe this is a connection that's still really, really undefined. But whatever you have done to this masculine, Divine Feminine, by way of your natural aura or your natural essence, you have them moving like they are spoken for. And honestly, they hope that you are moving in the same way. This is how they're feeling about you, that you are off limits. You completely snatched this masculine's soul, okay? And you could have done this in many ways. Maybe you did this by way of your conversation, by way of your aura. Whoever you are, there's something very, very natural about the way that you carry yourself. And maybe you don't even understand the effect that you're having on your person, but the energy is very, very clear, okay? This person came off as very, very nonchalant. But after being around you, maybe after engaging you, maybe after peeling back the layers of who you really are and getting acclimated with your energy, they have just become extremely territorial. Wow. Let's get the next message here. The next message that we have is look me in my eyes. Divine Feminine, if you are resonating with this message so far, you're going to notice that your person is way more direct with you. Possibly more direct than they've been throughout the entire duration of your connection. This could actually be a masculine that used to avoid the intensity, okay? They would avoid the eye contact with you. Now they crave it. They would avoid those very deep talks with you or, touching on certain topics with you. Now their soul is craving this. This is why your person feels that you've done something to them. They feel as if you have manipulated the energy in some way. But if I'm being completely honest, this is what it feels like to be in connection with a Divine Feminine. It's almost like your person woke up one day and they're on a completely different timeline. They're no longer able to operate in this connection in the way that they were before. They're naturally falling in line, okay? Or they're naturally aligning with the desires that maybe you set for your love life or for this connection. Maybe this masculine was someone who was no stranger to feminine energy. They never really considered how they were engaging with people in their world. And that could have been because maybe there's no title on this connection. Maybe you haven't really laid out the foundation for how you both are to operate in this connection. Something about this does feel energetically undefined in some way, but there's still an undeniable bond, an undeniable energetic bond that I'm tapping into here that is riddled with so much heavy intensity. So with this card here, look me in my eyes. Your person is no longer running from that intensity. They're running towards it. And it's such a shock to their system that they feel as if you're doing something to manipulate the energy. That's how powerful the magnetic pull is towards you at this time. So this could also be speaking to something that you're doing, Divine Feminine, which may not be spell work, okay? I feel like your person is taking it to the extreme simply because it's something that they've never experienced before. But this could definitely be a testament to your self-love, to the way that you're pouring into yourself, okay? Maybe you're paying attention to your energy levels, your beauty. You could be speaking over your life, specifically your love life, in a way that is highly magnetic at this time without even understanding what it's doing. But this message found you to let you know that your person feels the effects of your magnetism. And I keep hearing the words soul gazing. So this is someone that when they're in your presence, Divine Feminine, and this could be physically, maybe this is over the phone, via some type of video chat. Maybe this is someone that has some type of visual access to you. This is someone that's no longer looking at you. They're looking through you. Okay? The eye contact means so much more to your person than it did at first. Now they're looking at you soul to soul. Okay? This is very, very deep. And it's almost like because your person doesn't really have the language to express what you're doing to them, how you're making them feel, the only way that they can justify this is by saying, there's something going on here, okay? Divine Feminine is manipulating the energy. She's doing love spells. She's doing magic. Like they're literally trying to rationalize what's happening or this really powerful shift in their energy and their demeanor towards you because it's something that they've never experienced before. But yeah, they are craving you. They're not only craving your physical presence, but they're craving like a soul presence at this time. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have here is my plan backfired. And immediately when I pulled this card here, I keep hearing the words root chakra. Okay? So this makes a lot of sense. It also speaks to why your person suddenly feels this way about you. And honestly, this is going to go into the inner workings of your person's mind and also where the energy was when this connection first started. The root chakra is a masculine dominant chakra, okay? It is a very dense energy. It is close to the earth. It is very, very carnal. And I honestly feel like this is why your person is having such an intense reaction to their reaction to you. Because initially, this may have been a masculine who was visually motivated by you, Divine Feminine. Or maybe they were stimulated to have some type of physical attachment to you. But it's not going that way. Okay, I'm also hearing the words beautiful. I'm also hearing stunning. Okay? So there could be something about you physically or something about your physical attributes that your person really, really enjoys, okay? You are very, very easy on the eyes to this masculine. And I feel like their initial plan was to feed that attraction in some way. This may also be why this connection is still undefined. Maybe this was a masculine that was trying to figure out how they were going to place your energy in their lives. And whatever that initial plan was, I'm getting that it did not go that way, okay? Everything changed the minute that you snatched this masculine soul. And again, however you did this, I don't know. Whoever you are, your energy is very, very powerful. It's very magnetic. So this could have happened in so many different ways. But what's so telling about this energy and me tapping into that root chakra energy is that their plan backfired because they were focused on a physical attraction or connection to you, and you did something that completely flipped the energy and made them have an emotional attraction or connection to you. Okay? And I feel like this reading is trying to give you a closer look at what that experience feels like for them. What it feels like for a masculine to come in contact with the divine feminine. Someone who's in their empress energy, someone who is full of self-love and magnetism. Because when you're operating in that type of energy, it doesn't matter what plan the masculine has in their back pocket for you. It's never going to come to fruition because your energy completely redirected them. This is what that means when I say you snatched their soul. This masculine wanted to operate in root chakra energy with you, very carnal energy, okay? You may be extremely visually pleasing to this person. But because you are a divine feminine, because you carry such a regal energy, you know how to redirect the energy. You know how to raise the energy. So what may have initially started as something physical, as something undefined, or even as something casual, it's now shifted into something that's more emotional or more intentional. And it is having such a powerful effect on your person that they think that you are manipulating the energy. But what they're about to find out is that that is completely natural to you. You don't have to do spells, okay? You are the spell. When you are the divine feminine, you literally are the spell. You're magic. Let's get the next message here. OMG. The next message that we have is healing yoni. Wow. If you are resonating with this message, you are a portal, okay? This message is so specific. There's no way that this can get misconstrued. There's no way that you're going to click on this video, listen to these words, and not know that this is exactly for you, okay? You have no idea how many people you have cleansed, divine feminine, or how many souls on this earth have sought out your energy simply to be renewed or to be saved, okay? So with this card here, healing yoni, it's very self-explanatory. And it's a very beautiful energy. You have a very, very powerful womb, okay? You also have a very, very powerful sacral chakra, which is the portal to creation. It's the portal to your sexual energy. You are a healer in every sense of the word. But this card here is so much deeper than sex, okay, or the act of it. This is about the way in which you specifically touch the lives of those around you, specifically your lovers. This is why this masculine feels like they are under some type of a spell or some type of illusion or influence. People come to you for one specific reason, divine feminine, and that's to be touched. That is to be moved. And this can be physically or this can be spiritually. But it's never going to go as planned, especially for a masculine that's looking at you, that may be aroused by you, that may really, really be pulled to you or magnetized to you physically. You are designed in a way to redirect that energy. So this is what I mean when I say you are a soul snatcher, okay? You have a healing yoni. Your very essence, your very being is very, very healing to every single person that you come in contact with. So I know that I'm reading for an extremely elevated soul. And clearly, the way this man is responding to you is a testament to that. Someone that has a healing yoni, very powerful sacral chakra energy, never has to use spell work or magic because you are directly connected to source. You have a direct connection to the divine. And there's a way that this energy manifests spiritually and a way that it manifests physically. Spiritually, it means that you have the ability to use your life force energy to literally heal your lovers. So, your touch, your energy, your aura, your very essence is the embodiment of divine feminine energy. So, you don't even have to try. Where other feminines may have to overexert or use a lot of effort, it just comes extremely natural to you. This is what your person is observing, okay? This is what they're feeling in real time. They're feeling the effect of your aura. Nothing about being with you is normal, divine feminine. And when you go further and tap into this energy physically, it's even more intense for the masculine because that aspect of your connection is also not normal. It feels like a spiritual practice. It feels like dedication. It feels like something sacred is being exchanged between you and your lover. So I don't know where this connection falls here. Okay, it came through as something that's very undefined. I don't know if this is something that's manifesting more spiritually for you, something that's manifesting more physically for you at this time. But if the energy of this card deeply resonates with you, divine feminine, I feel like this is something that you have always known about yourself that your person is now being a witness to. Maybe you've never said this out loud, okay? Maybe you've never put words to your magic, to your power, to your very essence. But it's almost like your person is experiencing firsthand what it's like to be with someone of your caliber, okay? Let's get the last message here. Okay, so the last message that we have is heart chakra activation. And I feel like this is tapping more so into that statement, you snatched their soul. What really happened is that your person had an emotional release. And that is so much more powerful than a physical release because that's the type of energy exchange that the masculine is never expecting. They're never expecting for your energy to reach that of their heart space. They come into the connection believing that they have this plan, you know? They see you, they want you, they may be very cocky in a sense where they feel as if they're going to be able to control how this connection unfolds. And their plan completely backfired because they were never expecting to be aligning with a divine feminine. They thought that you were just any other feminine in the beginning, okay? Now they know that you're not. And I feel like this reading is really tapping into what's happening to them. Like it's really getting deep into their mental process as they're sitting back and being the witness to your energy, to your aura, and to your essence. And to be completely honest, it's like this man went from being really nonchalant or not really pouring a lot of energy or a lot of attention into their love life to being kind of obsessed with you, divine feminine. Okay? And it's hitting them in such an intense way because this is someone who is already attracted to you physically. Now you're also dominating in an entirely different arena that they were not expecting. So not only do you have the physical pull, but you also have the emotional pull. This is why your person feel as if the energy is being manipulated, but it's not. They have just come in contact with an authentic, awakened, divine feminine. Someone who knows their power, someone who knows that you have the ability to shift the energy of whoever you come in contact with because you are a walking portal, okay? You are a healer. This energy healing yoni does not come out for just anyone. This comes out for a feminine who is connected to something ancient, okay? This could be tapping into your ancestry. This could be tapping into your feminine line, there is something about you that this masculine has never experienced before. And it's like they're trying to unpack this in real time, okay? And it is completely blowing their mind. It is completely snatching their soul. So I would not be surprised if this connection continues to shift. If all the areas of your connection that seem undefined at one point or another begins to find definition. Because it's almost as if your person is looking towards the intensity instead of looking away from it. They're craving, the eye contact. They're craving all the aspects of your connection that they may very well have been running away from. And it's not because they're under any type of domination spell. It's not because you're manipulating the energy or you're doing some type of magic. It's because when a masculine truly, truly aligns with a divine feminine, divine order is restored. Because the feminine is not going to chase. The feminine is not going to do anything that diminishes her aura. If this masculine met you and you were at the level of your heart chakra, if you have done your energy work, you're not going to allow them to bring you down, to reduce you to something that is physical, to something that is carnal. Okay? I'm reading for a feminine who is extremely powerful. So whatever it is you're doing, even though it could be scaring the shit out of your person and, making them feel so many feels right now, continue to do it. Because there's such a redirection of the energy, but it's very, very beautiful. I feel like this is going somewhere very high vibrational. But because your person is having an emotional release right now, Divine Feminine, the way that they're wording this or the way that they're trying to justify what's happening to them is just coming out in a very, very interesting way. But I do feel like sooner or later they're going to realize that you don't have to involve yourself in such things because you are the spell, okay? You are the divine feminine. You don't need any additives, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to head over to Patreon to continue the reading because there was such intense energy coming out with this reading. I know that this masculine has a lot more to express about you at this time. If you would like to join us over on Patreon for the extendeds, I'll leave the link in the description box below as well as in that very first pinned comment. But thank you all so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye.